Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the possibility of Donald Trump being impeached by the House and possibly being removed from office by the Senate. So this is going to be more of a quicker video. So we're just going to read this short, brief New York Times article. How to impeach a president in 12 days. It's 11 now. So there's been a lot of talk by Democrats that they're going to impeach Donald Trump again because the House is controlled by Democrats, and some Republicans in the House, I'm sorry about the squeaking in the background, some Republicans in the House, like Adam Kinzinger, for example, have already called for Donald Trump to be impeached or removed from office. So, yeah, let's just read this. So, after President Trump incited a mob of his supporters who violently stormed the Capitol on Wednesday, Congress is once again weighing whether to impeach him, this time with only days remaining in his term. It is an extraordinary circumstance raising political, constitutional, and logistical questions rarely contemplated in American history. No president has ever been impeached twice or in his waning days in office, and none has ever been convicted. Given the, I'm going to embarrass myself, okay. Brevity, probably, that I actually don't know what that means. Of his time left in the White House and the gravity of his conduct, lawmakers are also looking at a provision in the Constitution's impeachment clauses that could allow them to bar Mr. Trump from ever holding federal office ever again. Democrats are driving the process so far, but some Republicans have indicated they will be open to hearing a case. Here's what we know about how the process might work. So, yeah, Congress can remove president for high crimes and misdemeanors. We already know that. So impeaching Trump could also bar him from public office in the future, which is, I think that's a main factor driving the Democrats to impeach him. I mean, his term only ends in less than 2 weeks, so yeah. And another reason that this could be appealing to Republicans is that they could actually vote to remove him from office, because if he was impeached and removed from office, it would disqualify him from running for president in 2024, which there are rumors about that. And there are Republicans, and this is actually a good point, who are eyeing their own runs who might have a similar base from Trump. So if you have an anonymous vote, then essentially, having an anonymous vote, and you have these populist right-wing Republicans who say, I don't want to vote with Trump potentially in the 2024 election, then in that case, you might vote to remove Trump from office for political purposes. And there's nothing preventing a second impeachment of Trump. Nothing in the Constitution says that. The timing is tight but not impossible. Now, this is where it gets funky. So, with Mr. Trump set to leave office on January 20th, one of the biggest political and logistical hurdles is the calendar. Past presidential impeachments, including the one in the House undertook in 2019, have been drawn-out affairs with investigations, hearings, and weeks of public debate. So, obviously, if you do what the Democrats did in 2019, you wouldn't be able to get it done on time. This deliberate process is in part meant to build a consensus for such drastic action, but is not necessary under the rules. If Democrats and some Republicans are in agreement that they must act, they can move in a matter of days by passing the House Judiciary Committee to drop changes, introduce and proceed directly to a debate, and vote on the floor of the House. In this case, since Congress is just beginning, committees have not even been formed. Doing so is the only practical option. So the House is controlled by Democrats, and I think every Democrat in the House, probably maybe one would vote against it, but I'm going to assume every Democrat in the House would vote to remove Trump from office. Plus, I know Adam Kinzinger, who a Republican from Illinois, would. There would probably be some other Republicans too. So now here's where it gets really tricky. So under one theory being discussed, the House could impeach Mr. Trump and hold on to articles for a few days to wait until Democrats take control of the Senate, which will occur when Mr. Biden is sworn in. The length of the trial and the rules governing it are determined by members of the Senate. Now, in a memo circulated to senators late Friday, Senator Mitch McConnell, who is currently the majority leader, student minority leader, suggested it may be practically impossible to convene a trial before January 20th, when Mr. Trump leaves office and Biden is sworn in. The Senate is currently not in session, so this is essentially what it is. The Senate is not in session right now, and for the Senate to be in session, you have to have every senator in the U.S. Senate, all 100, agree to essentially change the schedule. All 100, not a majority, not 2/3, 100. And that's where I think this process stops. So I think that there's a very low chance that Trump will even face a trial in the Senate before January 20th. However, he can still be impeached as ex-president, which is where it gets interesting. So history gives a little guide on the question of whether a president can be impeached once he leaves office, and House lawyers were racing to understand the legal and constitutional issues. There is precedent to doing so in other cases of high government officers. In 1876, the House impeached President Grant's War Secretary for graft even after he resigned from his post. So there are some examples of this. Now, yeah, this is actually this could be done for political gain by some right-wing populist Republicans, like, I don't know, Josh Hawley, who has a similar base to Donald Trump. This could be done for political gain by them, so they don't vote split with him in the 2024 primary. You could also have a secret vote. I think it would do better under a secret vote. So yeah, but I think that there could be a vote after January 20th. I think that there is going to be a vote in the Senate. It's going to be passed in the House, and then you swear in John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, which is going to happen in a few weeks from now. I think 2 weeks maybe. I'm not sure exactly. Please, actually, do tell me when John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock are going to be sworn in, because they are going to be the next senators from Georgia. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and let's just do YPMS. Let's just simulate a hypothetical Senate map. Let's just do USA. Let's do some blank maps. Let's go to Senate. So let's just see, let's just guess on if we do have a public vote, which is probably going to happen. Let's see who we think would vote to remove Trump. So let's say not convict Trump. This will just be kind of random because I want to extend this video, because you guys deserve better than just 5 minutes of reading an article. Convict Trump. So let's see. So I do think that both senators from California, Oregon, Washington, both Democrats from Nevada, Mark Kelly and Kirsten Sinema. Probably Sinema could be interesting, but remember, because the swing votes in 2019 were viewed as Sinema, Manchin, and Doug Jones. Doug Jones is no longer in the Senate, and Manchin is not running for re-election, so it's really just Sinema. But I think that since she voted to remove him in 2019, probably see a similar thing. John Hickenlooper just won Colorado, Montana. Whoops, we're not. Montana. John Tester, probably. Both senators from Hawaii. Klobuchar and Tina Smith. I'm going to assume, excuse me, I'm going to assume Tammy Baldwin would vote with her party. Same with Gary Peters, who beat John James in November, as well as Debbie Stabenow. Sherrod Brown is a liberal Democrat. Even though he's from Ohio, he'd probably vote with his party. Georgia, I think Ossoff and Warnock would both, because Georgia is a lean blue state at this point, so they probably would vote to remove him. Both senators from Virginia, probably Joe Manchin. And also Lisa Murkowski, because she actually called for Trump to be removed from office. So yeah, all these senators up here. I think Casey in Pennsylvania, and maybe Pat Toomey, because Toomey's been saying that he doesn't necessarily want to run for. He's not running for re-election 2022, and he said he's said that he's against Trump in a lot of these situations. Mitt Romney in Utah probably would vote against him. I think Angus King would. Susan Collins is really tough for me, but I'm going to say she would. If Murkowski breaks against Trump, I think Collins and Murkowski are going to vote the same way, and Murkowski has indicated that she does not want Trump in office. So, yeah, all the senators from these states that are Republicans are probably going to vote with their party. Ben Sass could potentially. Ben Sass is kind of a swing. Well, actually, had swing votes, and it'll be green. So I think Ben Sass could. He's a swing vote. I think we'll put Murkowski as a swing vote, and we'll definitely put Collins as a swing vote. I don't think Joe Manchin's a swing vote. I think Toomey's a swing vote. But that would essentially be it, because, yeah, so Ron Johnson, these senators are, I think Portman could potentially, we'll just put it there to see what happens. But, yeah, that's essentially a Tester. Maybe would vote against it if he's running for re-election, although he voted against it in 2019, so... or he voted for to remove Trump in 2019. So these would be my prediction, I guess, or ratings. So that's essentially it, guys. So thank you all for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think Trump's going to be impeached or face trial in the Senate before January 20th, after January 20th, or not at all? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.